Greetings metal community, it's Roger back with another collection update. Again, death metal, mostly vinyls. We have to turn up the volume a bit. I will get back to this one. First, my brother over in the United States, Anthony at the Metal Miners, you know, he has talked about this band. He showed the split, demo split that he got from Caligari, I think. Dødskvad, Krønike II. So Dødskvad, Krønike II. That is the title or the name and how you pronounce it. Great stuff. So Anthony has told you all about it, so I don't have to say anything. On my part, I still prefer Krønike II a little bit over this, but it's great death metal from Norway. Yeah, that will be alright level for this. In the background we are listening to, I got a split EP or whatever, Sanctuarium from Spain, Cadaveric Reminiscence, and on the backside you have Magick Howl, also from Spain. Yeah, this is kind of a bit towards autopsy. Some parts here is kind of a little bit of old death as well, but it is in that vein. Especially the drumming reminds me a lot of autopsy, the kind of slightly sloppy drum sound, but a great EP. This is a demo and this is a EP from this year. So a great split out on Death Maze Records. I think it's one of the, I don't know if I have anything else but that label, but really cool to have this on vinyl, and it sounds great. And I showed this on CD before. This is Phenocryst with Explosions. Fantastic music and vocals and production, apart from the kick drums. When you play fast kick drums, it's just one sound. You can't hear the beats from each other. I bought the vinyl because I kind of hoped that it would sound a little bit better than the CD on that part, but it didn't. But apart from that, this is an excellent EP. And if you don't mind, the kick drum sounds like one static tune when you play fast. You should have this, but it's a shame that the drums are not done better, in my opinion. And one Simon Explosive Action showed this a couple of weeks ago. This is the Mythos demos, and Moulded in Clay from '93. Mythos was a Finnish band. They just released one full length in '95 called Pain Amplifier. But this is with death vocals. They changed vocalist for the full length album, and that's a shame because this voice fits perfect for the music. The more blackened vocals that they have on the Pain Amplifier album does not fit, and a couple of these songs are on that album. Doesn't fit the songs as good as this. So this is a great demo, old Finnish death metal classic, and you need to go and check this out because this is fantastic. Then I bought a lot of demo stuff in this pile. Dark Millennium, Out of the Past, 91 and 92 demos. Dark Millennium was active, like very active, for 2 or 3 or 4 years early in the 90s. Then they took a break and reformed back in 2016 or something. I've released 3 albums after the comeback, and the album that they released this year will be very high on my list. This is more, in a way, straightforward death metal, early death metal, some technical thrash elements here as well, but a great sounding demo, and really cool to have this. But they kind of got more kind of progressive and more experimental throughout their career, but this is just pure class death metal with a great sound. So go and check it out. I'll link it up below so you can go and listen to it. And it has this kind of fold out booklet, you know, with the artwork and stuff like that. So yeah, great stuff. Then we have the new Misery Index. I like Misery Index. Not all of their stuff are great, but I thought this album was, especially the vocals, was not so grindcore-ish as earlier on, I feel. Just not much, but just enough to make it better for my part, because I do struggle a little bit with the... I mean, there are two vocalists here, so but one of them has had this kind of more grinding vocals. But yeah, pretty solid release by Misery Index, Complete Control, out on Sanctuary Media, and yeah, really enjoy this. And if you haven't heard it, go and check it out. It is kind of US death metal. They are an old band, so I think most of you have heard. At one point heard Misery Index, but yeah. Change up the... Then we have the new Abythic, Eden of the Doomed. Not my favorite album by them, but still a great album, but not as good as the previous one in my... Especially the first one, or the first release. Was killer, but I don't know, it's something with the production here that's kind of, it doesn't get so heavy that I want it to be, but still, you know, it's quality death metal, but kind of, I always compare them to the other stuff they have made, and this is my least favorite of them for now, but I need to listen to it more. I just spun this 3 or 4 times, but I haven't been in mood for it. Another demo, well-known demo, and that's Morgoth, Hits of Utumno, Sanctuary Media issue with this nice thick cardboard inlay with yeah, an interview from 2014, and yeah. Don't need to say more, do I? We love old Morgoth, so nice to have in the collection. I do have it on a kind of a compilation CD, but vinyl is always nicer. Then we have Venefixion from France. This is their demo from 15, I do believe. This is in the vein of Necrovretch. Necrovretch. It's kind of that unhinged, slightly evil death metal, kind of rooted a bit in the early death metal. Great stuff. This band is killer. They released a killer album last year, which was their first full length. So they have released this demo and EP, and I think they have a split as well. And then they released a great album last year, so change up the logo a little bit, so the newer logo is, especially on the album, was yellow and a little bit easier to read. Then we are going to, yeah, no surprise, Chile. We need to have some Chilean death metal, Unaussprechlichen Kulten, and Wake Up in the Night of Walpurgis. This is their album from, I think, first album, first full length, not their best album, but I just wanted to have all in my collection, so therefore I have it now. And yeah, this is just a kind of a little bit occult death metal. They have this South American feel to them. It's hard to explain, but it's just quality death metal. As I said, this is not their best piece, so you might check up the later stuff by Unaussprechlichen Kulten. So yeah, very happy to have them. I have all their full lengths now, so that will look good in their vinyl shell. Then another, but this is a split by Evil Spectrum and Uttertomb. Uttertomb is a great Chilean death metal band as well. Uttertomb has some really cool. They kind of play fast death doom in a way, if you understand what I say. They have some really cool melody, or not melody, but like a guitar, a little bit like Awoken does it, but faster. Really cool band. So if you haven't heard Uttertomb, it's another quality death metal band from Chile, and you know me, I love Chilean metal in general. They have a lot of great bands over there, and Uttertomb, that's why I bought this. I really don't think I have listened to the B-side here, so or A-side. Uttertomb is the B-side, so I can't tell you anything about Evil Spectrum. I kind of forgot to listen to it because I wanted to enjoy the Uttertomb. Then I have, yeah, we can take Savage Deity, Decade of Savegery. Kind of very old school death metal, more like early Morbid Angel. A butt ugly clear vinyl, hate that shit, but it's very heavy, so I don't know if these are kind of from Thailand or somewhere down there. I don't want to step on any toes, so I'm gonna say pretty good stuff. It's not groundbreaking or anything, but it had that old, early or late 80s vibe to them. Done a pretty good job on it. So and you know, the early thrash or early death metal has some thrash elements. They are not so heavy in the sound, hence the kind of the thrash feeling a bit. But yeah, interesting to listen to this. Then we have the new Chaotian. I think they are from Denmark. This is a Mesako no release. Dark Descent probably does the CD. Great stuff. They play kind of the modern death metal, but not doom. They are more up-tempo, very deep vocals, as a lot of bands from that land do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are from Denmark, but yeah. And yeah, great album again. Really cool cover as well. As I said, it's kind of the modern type, but it's faster. It's more blasting, not doomy at all. Just very dark and evil sounding death metal. Great stuff. Haven't not spun this enough yet, but that will happen. And then I have a double treat for you at the end here. That is something I don't need to talk so much about. And the vinyl was ending as well, so Aeons Abyss got this great deal. I think it was either Brandon von Doom or Simon Explosive Action who talked about this. Had this deal. Great death metal. I have played this album here more than the other because I was really hooked on this one. So really, really good stuff, and I do really understand why people have to talk so highly of this, because this is great stuff. And but most of you guys know it, and I got also a bunch of these cool cards within this pocket. So yeah, that was all I had. I don't want to talk much about Aeons Abyss because everybody has talked about it. If you haven't listened to them yet, go and listen to it, because this is great stuff. That was all for this video. Vi hörs.